And Corley's fast. He's one of the guys we used to watch up at Sunset when we were there.
The V8 of the Van Zant girls is being piloted by
William Drager.
Who else do we have on this list?
It's a good field of cars.
Austin Henderson in the 69.
Okay. Are we going to see the 44M?
That's interesting, is that only 2 of the AMCO cars are confirmed right now.
That's what I'm curious about, because the 44M has a win.
Yeah, and then you've got Steve Dove's ride. Dom Connie's been driving the 04.
We'll see. It'll be a good show regardless.
Handsome Dom.
Yeah, I want to know who they're going to put in that 44M.
I like to call him Dom Gotti.
Dom Gotti.
He just looks like a New York gangster. He's a cool dude.
He does.
He is. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So, I'm looking forward to that. That's the Hornet race. I mean, that's the biggest Hornet race that we're going to see all year. And
without a doubt.
It's going down, and to see people come in from Washington and Southern Oregon, down by the California border, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a lot bigger than we saw last year. I do think we're going to see more cars. What do you think?
We're going to see a lot of cars, a
Without
lot of
a doubt.
action. That whole night is going to be... If you're not at Willamette Speedway Saturday night...
You're missing it. You're out to lunch. Man. It's going to be crazy for us because as what we do with calling the show and having to do the 50-50 and everything else that comes in between all that stuff, it's nonstop for us. So we don't get to get out of the car after a heat race and sit around for an hour and wait for a main event. It's go time all the time. We like the big shows. I personally like the big shows better.
Without a doubt.
I'd rather announce to 30,000 fans than 300.
There's something about the energy in the crowd.
Where you been?
Talladega.
Yeah.
Nice. There's something about the energy of the crowd when you can start getting them riled up, when the crowd starts really getting into the race, that you can feel that in the announcer's booth, and it
brings you up.
Energy is contagious.
It is.
It is.
When you go to the big shows like you saw the crowd at the Bud Nationals last year, Warren. That's one of those deals where it brings you to the next level when the house is packed and there's thousands upon thousands of people there.
Yeah.
That's fun, and it makes our job it makes it better. It makes it fun.
It does.
You feel like you're doing something.
Man, you're getting distracted over there, Corey.
There's so much action on the Swiss Trucking chat line. It's incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what's going on here.
Do we have anybody for the hot pit tonight?
We do actually have somebody for the hot pit tonight, and it'll be interesting.
Okay.
I'll promise you that.
Okay. Well, I was going to step in and cover it myself if need be.
Well, if you want to jump in for the hot pit too, I'll run 2 segments.
We've been off for four weeks. We could probably do 2 hot pits in one night.
Well, I'm sure we can, and I have no problem doing that.
Whatever.
I mean,
you know what I'm going to talk about.
I do know what you're going to talk about, and it fits.
Okay.
I do know what the other segment is, and it'll be interesting.
I don't know.
Where have you been? It'll definitely be interesting.
Oh.
Yes, it will.
And we'll take care of that here in the 8 o'clock.
Those callers sooner or later.
Yeah, in the 8 o'clock hour. Yeah. We'll do that in about a half hour here at 8 o'clock. So you do not want to miss the High Octane Diecast hot pit segment tonight. And I think that they're both legit. They're both legit topics, and I'm all for it.
All right.
So, modifieds, 2,000 to win. Everybody's going to be there. We don't have to go through the list because we know everybody's going to be there from all over. It's going to be, I think, we saw a great race at the Rick Barnes Memorial Race. Even competing up against the Nationals up there in Elma. We still had some fast cars. We had a great field.
We had a full field of cars.
Here's what I'm going to say. And I know that we've got some great cars coming.
Hang on, are you going to make a Marvin Smith bet right now?
No, I'm not making any bets on the air with you guys ever again. But I will make a statement. Okay? Here's what I'm going to say. We know all the best cars are going to be there for the modifieds, much like the Hornets. Bryson James, your points leader, will be there. You're going to have all the top guys from Cottage Grove, all the top guys from Willamette. You're going to bring cars out of Washington. I think we might even have a couple coming from California for that big money. Willamette Speedway, big money on the line. I'm going to say right now, the car you have to beat is the 36 of Lightning John Campos. After what we saw him do at the Rick Barnes Memorial Race a couple of weeks ago, starting that deep in the field to do what he did against those cars, and those were good cars there, I'm going to say he's the guy to beat right now. And I know that's a bold statement. I know.
The boldest statement you've made in 4 weeks.
It is.
But at the same time, it's a very, very intelligent one. Now, I know we're not putting money on this.
But look, you've got Bryson James, the points leader. You're going to have Superman, Colin Weinberger, Joey Tanner. You're going to have, I'm assuming Mark Wogge's going to be there. You're going to have
Monty Bischoff, Curtis Towns,
right.
Craig Hansen.
You're talking the best of the best.
Superman will be there.
Yeah.
Ferrando will be there. If Joey Tanner gets in a car, he'll be there. And we know what Joey Tanner can do in a modified. We know what he does in a late
We
model.
know what John Campos can do. And what he did at that Rick Barnes race.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to have a hard time. And I like these modified guys. There's so much talent. So much talent in the modified ranks here in the Northwest. I mean, we've got a fantastic group of modifieds at all of our tracks. And getting together at Willamette Speedway, I'm going to be hard-pressed from what I saw to kind of say, hey, look, the guy you've got to beat for this race is that 36 car.
Well, look, we go back to that Rick Barnes Memorial race, and if you weren't at Willamette Speedway for that race, you missed a heck of a show. John Campos went out front of the field, and even with a late race caution, put 7 seconds between him and the second-place car of Gray Ferrando.
What are you looking at on your screen?
I'm looking at the finish of the A main.
Okay, I want you to look at the start and tell everybody where Campos started that race.
I'm going to go to that graph you can't hate, but here's the best part. You can't see it.
I don't need to see it. And Chris Frisbee, you're right. He says, hard to bet on anybody. So much talent. It depends on who hits the setup. There's no doubt. I agree with that statement 100%.
As it is every night.
Right. But I'm saying from what I saw Campos do at the Rick Barnes race, I'm going to have a hard time saying I'm going to bet against that 36 car.
He started 8th in the 8th.
Okay.
And drove to first, and he was in first place, a 50-lap main at lap 17.
Right.
And he never looked back.
And can you tell us the top 8 cars that started that feature in positions 1 through 8?
1 through 8. 21 of Steve Moore.
Fast.
25K of Craig Castle.
Fast.
44P of Sam Potter.
Fast car at Willamette.
The 36.
Sean Maya.
Sean Maya.
Really fast car.
44T of Brian Thompson.
Super fast car.
Has a victory in that car
right.
this year.
I wouldn't play favorites on anybody. There's a lot of fast cars you guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's a bold statement to make.
The V13 of Gray Ferrando.
Was right there with him.
The 13 of Bryson James.
Fast.
Both those cars are incredibly fast.
The 7 of
Dustin Cady, who I actually said was probably going to win that show that night, and had to eat a little crow. I know what that race meant to him. I knew what he was going to try to do.
The 6M of Justin Cady.
Both those guys were super fast.
Aaron Elwes.
Again.
Jimmy Schramm.
We're talking a fast field. And I know, Jesse Williamson's probably going to be there.
Oh.
You know, I mean.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Shank.
Well, we'll probably see Jeremy there too. And that's what I'm saying. To make a determination, or to even say you're going to go for anybody in that field, or say I'm going to bet on this guy to win, it's almost stupid. It's almost stupid. I know that.
If Joel's going to pick one guy and give us the field again, I'll take his bet. I don't care who he picks.
I don't know, man, because he's going to take that 36 of Campos. I'll bet you he would probably take No, he's going to go with the 6M. He's going to go with the 6M, which is a legitimate bet. But again,
that out there?
It's almost stupid for me to. It is almost stupid for me to go on the air with everybody listening all across America and Australia and New Zealand and listen to me say
Poland.
I'm gonna.
France.
No, but we do. We have those listeners down there. I'm gonna say that I'm going to put my eyes on that 36 car at that race simply for what I saw him do at that 50 lapper, the Rick Barnes race. And that's and I'm not talking bad about it, but we know how good all those cars you mentioned: Bryson James, Jesse Williamson, Gray Ferrando, Superman, the Cady, the Cady brothers, all those guys, Steve Moore, Joey Tanner. I mean, all these guys, Brian Thompson.
I'll tell you right now.
I mean,
I'll make a statement about this race. I'm not going to make a bet this time because I've already taken too much of your guys' money.
Oh, please be kind to us.
He's broke even with me.
Yeah.
He's 20 up on you.
Taking my money.
So it's your turn to win, Warren.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll tell you this right now. I will go on the air right now and say there will be a race and a show between the 36 of Campos and that 6M car. That is going to be the show of the night right there. And you know what? I might even throw Superman into that mix, too.
You better throw a bunch of them into that mix because it's not going to be just two cars.
I'm not going to say who's going to win because I don't know.
It's going to be more than those two. I guarantee you that.
It's going to be an action-packed, full night of racing at Willamette Speedway. And between the Great American Hornet Challenge and the modified national format we're doing with $2,000 on the line for the winner, you can't pick a winner right now in either class. But at the same time, the show-stopping talent that we have at Willamette Speedway and across the Northwest.
Yeah, speaking of showstoppers.
Yeah, speaking of show-stopping, Corey just went and got his exercise.
Is it charged?
Yeah, we almost lost the show. I didn't have the battery plugged in. Man, that was a close
don't
one.
fix it.
Yeah,
but
it's not dead. Don't charge it.
I don't know what we're going to see this weekend other than a great.
I'll
show.
tell you what it's going to be one hell of a show. I mean, it's going to be the best modified race we're going to see probably all of the 2017 season. I believe that. You know, and that's courtesy of Big Sky Landscaping putting the money up and sponsoring that show.
Sure.
And
there's another guy right there. Is he going to pull the modified out and run it?
Sold it.
Yeah,
It's gone.
He sold that car to Ron Wilson.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Legendary father Don Wilson. Yep. And Ron's a good driver. Hopefully we'll see him there at that show. In the W4.
Speaking of the W numbers, Woggy.
Yep. I think we're going to... There's big money. We're going to see them all.
Monty Bischoff.
I think we're going to see them all. I would want to be at that one. Why wouldn't you? You want to test your skills against the best of the best for some big money?
Without going to the duel in the desert.
Right. That's the best place to do it. This is your shot.
Yeah.
It's good prep for Baco. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Yeah.
Anybody going to Baco, this is the race where you're going to test yourself and see what you're made out of.
Well, we know that there's a few guys going down and we'll talk about that later on in a couple shows as we get closer to that. But I'm excited. It's probably the most excited I've been this year is for this coming weekend, just because there's not just one class of big money on the line, but a couple.
Mm-hmm.
It will be fun. It'll be action packed. I don't know if I'll be able to stand it if I'm not there.
You'll be there.
I'm hoping.
You'll be there. It's supposed to be 95 degrees. You'll be out there in that 3-layer fire suit.
Yeah.
No, I'll be sitting in a combine.
If you lose any more weight, you're going to disappear, Skinny.
Hey, you know what? I think we need to change my nickname from widescreen to chopstick.
Either way.
Or a widescreen chopstick.
We know we won't call you a wide stick. And I'm fired.
Job opening.
I so am glad we're on delay.
Have you ever seen an Asian blush?
Dang, there's a mirror behind me.
All right.
That was out of line. I apologize.
Oh, jeez. Everything we do is out of line, though, Corey.
Pretty much.
That was a...
So I had a pretty cool moment. I want to talk about this, and it was posted up on Facebook too. But we had a little guy out at the racetrack this last weekend. His name was, hold on a second here. I want to think of his name. Little blonde head kid. It reminded me of myself. I was like, just white hair, totally white hair. Braden, I think it was his name.
I think it was Braden.
I want to say
wasn't
Braden.
there. I can't know.
He had never been to the racetrack before. His parents brought him out for the first time, and he was having a blast. We got him one of the big Hoosier banners, and we brought him down on the track with the Trophy Dash winners, and his dad got to carry him from each car, and they stretched it out, and all the Trophy Dash winners signed it. Kyler Barraza in the non-wing sprint cars won the Dash, actually signed the Dash trophy and handed it to him. It was his birthday. It was his birthday. It was his
2 years old. Wow.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Young guy,
Yeah.
but he got to take home the trophy and a Hoosier banner signed by the Trophy Dash winners. And
Cool.
Little kid was just, I mean, They actually sent a message over to Willamette Speedway with a picture, of him holding the trophy with his dad, and they said he
think I
hasn't
saw that.
stopped racing his cars all